Good evening. Welcome to the news at 8 on Lagos Television. I am Bababumi Agbibi. President Bola Tinubu, alongside the National Security Advisor Nur Badu, ministers and heads of agencies will depart Abuja for Riyadh, Saudi Arabia to attend the Joint Arab Islamic Summit scheduled to commence on Monday, November 11, 2024. The summit is being held at the invitation of King Salman and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and follows last year's summit in the same Saudi city. Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, says the summit will focus on the current situation in the Middle East, and President Tinubu will advocate for renewed efforts to revive the two-state solution as a pathway to lasting peace in the region. During the summit, President Bola Tinubu is expected to address the ongoing Israel-Palestinian conflict, emphasizing Nigeria's strong call for an immediate ceasefire and the urgent need for a peaceful resolution. Stakeholders have harped on the need for youth to be creative in the drive to develop innovative solutions that will tackle environmental challenges across the globe. This is coming at a stakeholders' engagement on youth's roles in climate change advocacy. We have more in Jamil Shunibi's reports.
As climate change continues to threaten the very fabric of life, causing widespread drought, food insecurity, violent conflict, and the displacement of millions, youths and technological expertise, with their unparalleled energy, creativity, and technological expertise, must create the paradigm shift in climate action by developing, advocating, and implementing innovative, sustainable, and community-driven solutions. In Nigeria, youth have taken center stage in the fight against climate change, with more young people developing, advocating, and implementing innovative solutions that blend environmental stewardship with social responsibility. This surge of youth involvement in the consensus at a stakeholders engagement organized by EcoLearn Nigeria, which brought together government officials, educators, students, and climate experts to discuss the critical role young people are playing in combating climate change.
We know for a fact that there are changes in our weathers and our seasons. It's affecting our land. It's affecting grazing for herds. It's affecting food, to be cropped, to be cultivated. It's affecting our transportation in terms of mobility. It's affecting our health. We know that there's that impact, but how can we translate it into our everyday living? It's in how we manage our waste. What is causing the flood, apart from, the climate change? The blockages of our drainages, what is causing the holdups and the traffic, that we go through? It's the flooding. Why we have so much flooding? So what we're saying is that let us start from the very, very basics. How do we manage our waste?
Youths are very, very important. We are integral parts of society, and we are the only ones who can take action, active action. We understood that there was a very huge problem in our society, in the schools, to the fact that they did not understand what climate change was all about. And so we deemed it fit to make sure that they are empowered and educated with the requisite knowledge and skills to thrive for a sustainable future.
As part of the discussion, there was a strong call for climate policies that are inclusive and that empower youth at the local and global levels.
I know that the government has done a lot of work through various ministries to establish climate education, capacity to be increased, to be improved, competencies to be driven amongst our children, because, like I said again, they're the ones that are able to influence each other. They're able to influence their parents at home. They're able to influence their community. We must ensure that we're utilizing the best tools, the best units, the best market, and the best market is the children. They are able to learn quickly. Their cognitive abilities are still very strong.
Teachers who will be involved in programs like EcoLearn, teachers who are already proponents of these things in their schools, they may not be the popular ones, but they're doing the work, right? So by the time the government and the Ministry of Education is working on that curriculum, we can pick out some of those teachers and say, okay, come to the table and let's create this curriculum together.
We cannot just leave the works just for the government. everybody takes an active role or takes an active part in making sure that the society is better for everyone to live in. We're experiencing climate change, we're experiencing flooding. We as individuals need to make sure that whatever actions that we're taking is to our benefits and to the benefit of the society. So we're not just going to leave this to organizations or to the government, but we as ourselves have to take active actions to making sure that we can also help in solving the problem generally.
As youth take the lead in combating climate change, they are showing that innovative, community-driven solutions can be the key to a sustainable future.
The leadership of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, Lagos State Council, has extended support to the families of 25 deceased members who served in various key roles within the union. Speaking at a ceremony, Chairman of the Council, Mustafa Dio, expressed his commitment to ensuring the families of the fallen members continue to receive aid. Members of the State Council emphasized that this gesture would not be a one-off, as it is part of a long-term initiative aimed at supporting the families of deceased members of the union.
This is first of its kind that is happening. To my knowing, for the years I've spent in this organization, this is first of its kind that is happening. What the chairman is doing or what he's introducing is seen beyond the member itself. So he's even extending the hands of the fellowship to their family, because our own member is late now, but he feels that he cannot leave them. So he has to play the role of a father to the beneficiary. And advice to the beneficiary, I think they should take judicious use of what the token that was given to them by the State Council, so that from there, at least they can have something to take care of their family.
Leader that look back and look forward for the welfare of his member, he is a wonderful leader. In history of National Union throughout Nigeria, the program you are seeing today, it never happened. For the members of the union, for the late ones, and for the able chairman to look inward to the family and give them just a tip of the eyeball, for them to even feel the impact of the organization that their husband is being into. There may be no more. There may be no more now, but they are now, I know every one of them, they're happy.
Aji Sego has been supportive to all NURTW. He has been doing it, and for the rest, I'm sure that he's still going to continue. I'm highly impressed. I'm highly grateful for his kind gesture.
The beneficiaries are families of the late executive members of NURTW who died between January and October 2024. They include the branch and zonal chairman, vice chairman, secretaries, treasurers, and trustees. Outside Nigeria, President-elect Donald Trump will meet President Joe Biden in the Oval Office on Wednesday in their first encounter since the election. Now, this is coming as environmental lawyer Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is on the short list to become Trump's health secretary. Elsewhere, Republicans are narrowly short of a majority in the House of Representatives as counting continues. The Republicans have already won back control of the Senate. A House win would give them significant power to enact Donald Trump's agenda. That's all for now. For more news, do connect with Lagos Television on these social media platforms. A quick reminder to call Lagos toll-free lines 767 or 112 in case of emergencies. Many thanks for watching. I am Bababumi Agbibi. Do have a wonderful night rest.
back to your natural diet. All these multivitamins and blood tonic, they are all derived from one plant or fruit or vegetable.
It's always good to read labels of packaged food and to check the sodium content that is present in whatever you're buying, just to be smart.
Nutrition is important at every stage of life.
The Conversation. Let the conversation continue.
We must make headway as you've charted the course. The people deserve no less.
We have started the conversation with them, and I want to tell you that it's ongoing effort, and we'll continue to have the conversation.
Let the conversation continue.
Must commend ITV television for the regular sensitization that has been going on their channel, raising the consciousness of our people on the issue of kidnapping.
The economic and financial sustainability of cities is linked with the viability of the city's transportation system. Research shows that effective and efficient transport policies are key indices towards achieving a safe and reliable transportation system in Lagos State. The major challenges of traffic congestion in the state is attributed to breakdown of law and order, such as unruly commercial drivers who drop and pick up commuters along the roads, drivers overtaking each other roughly, and much more are daily occurrences on Lagos roads. The Lagos State government has resolved to develop an efficient, reliable, and affordable intermodal transport system befitting the smart city status of the Center of Excellence for the benefit of all Lagosians.
Multimodal concept of the public transportation system in Lagos State, where we have interconnection of the rail, the road, and the waterway. It's easier to get this done in Lagos State. And there are two terminals
where the three mode of transport actually link together. CMS Marina, you could get the BRT system, you can get the rail system, and you can also get the water transportation system. The same thing with the Mile 2 terminal. These two iconic terminals, you can get the three mode of transportation easily. You can connect from one place to another. And to make things easier, Lagos State government has gone further to introduce what we call the first mile buses and the last mile buses. What do they do? The first mile and last mile buses will pick you from your inner street, onto the terminal or to the nearest bus stop where you can get BRT system. And from the BRT system, you can easily go to your train station, either at CMS Marina, National Theatre, or you can go to Mile 2. And if you need to further, move onward, maybe from Mile 2 to Badagry, for instance, all you need to do is just to connect your connect your ferry at the Mile 2 terminal. It takes you to Badagry in 30 minutes.
Water transportation has received a major boost, with Lag Ferry operating more than 22 boats, plying various routes and cutting across all senatorial districts in the state.
What we're doing in Lag Ferry is to ensure that we provide alternative options for commuters on a daily basis. Not only for commuters, but also for the good of Lagos State businesses. Because as we move passengers, we also move the goods of Lagos State businesses via the waterway. So this is what we have been doing for the past 4 years, and we keep getting the numbers increasing on a daily basis. Because in 2020, we had 13 boats. In 2021, the governor made sure that he fulfilled the promise by doubling the fleet of Lag Ferry. Our fleet increased to 20, the first in the entire Africa by any subnational. So it has been phenomenal experience and an easy ride for Lagosians since we launched out our commercial operation since 2020.
The Red Line is integrated with Blue Line Rail, conveying over 1 million commuters daily from Mile 2 to Okokomaiko, and the Red Line, which will integrate with the BRT terminal at Oyinboyaba, Oshodi, Ikeja and Iju, thus giving different options to the people in the state.
It is all about decisive and incisive news report on policy matters, in-depth analysis on topical issues, comprehensive discourse on what is critically at stake, detailing the trends and the issues as they are, understanding shared values, information, opinions, views and thought-provoking policies on democratic governance, the economy, politics and socio-cultural issues. Issues and Trends, a one-stop comprehensive socio-economic and political analysis with Obafemi Craig. Issues and Trends, every Thursday from 9 p.m. to 9:55 p.m. on Lagos Television, DSTV Channel 256, GoTV Channel 120, Star Times Channel 113, and UHF 35. Every Thursday from 9 p.m. to 9:55 p.m. on Lagos Television. Issues and Trends with Obafemi Craig. Do join us.
The female gender, as identified over time, is mostly at risk of sexual, domestic, and gender-based violence. Ironically, in recent times, the narrative is changing and the toll of domestic violence against men is on the increase. Titilola Vivo Adeniyi, the Executive Secretary of Lagos Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, gives insight on a research conducted by the Lagos State government last year, which revealed that there were 340 reported cases of domestic violence perpetrated against men by their wives between September 2022 and July 2023.
We are encouraged by the fact that we are gradually breaking the culture of silence, even amongst the male folk. Right, but ultimately, even if you check the data, 93% was from females, 7% was from males. So I don't think we can boast that we've broken the culture of silence for both genders, but it is encouraging that we have more men, having more faith in the system and reporting.
Irrespective of gender, domestic violence is still domestic violence, but people often assume that it should be the man who is abusing the woman. So most men do not speak out. So I think the awareness of women abusing their men is on the rise now. So men are beginning to speak out that, okay, I'm being abused by my wife. It's no longer a shameful thing. I think that's why we see more of it. It's not like that's not been happening.
Some school of thought attributed this trend to the state of the nation, as most women basically limit or reduce their social life for domestic activities or reasons. Another excuse for this dastardly act by some wives to their husbands is that some men feel threatened by their wives' successes and financial capabilities.
When a man is not able to meet up with his obligation and maybe find the wife to be more successful, there is this threat. And because of that threat, the man tends to already be building a kind of hatred. When the woman is not playing the role of a man virtually in everything, and the man still wants the woman to submit, meanwhile, the woman is carrying almost 80%. In fact, some homes, 90%, some 100%.
He should also give himself that respect and that integrity as the man and try to get something doing for himself, because no woman will want to be under a man that is not doing something, under a man that is jobless.
The shame of speaking out has made the case underreported and the fear of being stigmatized by friends and associates.
I know of a man that said he took almost 6 slaps from the wife before the man filed for divorce. Then I said, why did you speak up? He said, Eti Wolomago, which he is going to hear it, that my wife slapped me. Speak out. There's no shame in one person have to start it. Once one person started, every other will be speaking out. There is no shame in it.
Instead of you beating your wife or beating your husband, you call it a day.
It's an error for a woman to beat a man. It's not good. A woman beating a man, that means you are the head of the family.
The nation's judicial system should be reviewed to protect male victims and also bring their abusers to justice, as it is applicable for female victims.
Of course, there are some certain offences that can only be perpetrated by a man, which is the offence of rape, Section 260. But subsequently, other sections, you have 261, sexual assault by penetration, that is any person. So if a man is experiencing violence, a woman is experiencing violence, they both come under the Protection Against Domestic Violence Law and the Criminal Law of Lagos State.
There must be a psychological change in women then to be in a position to be their husbands. So, but I don't think it's a good thing in any case, because violence is violence, and assault on another person is something that shouldn't be encouraged.
An aggressive public enlightenment should be embarked upon by the government to curb this menace of domestic abuse in its entirety. It is inhumane.
If you are having conflicts, there is breakdown in communication, you must speak up and get help. Agencies such as ours can provide an avenue for you to communicate and dialogue. We can also provide an avenue for you to speak with professionals. You are experiencing one issue or the other, perhaps there's a mental health implication. You can speak with a psychologist, you can speak with a counselor to debrief. You can receive psychosocial support and therapy at no cost.
Men entangled in abusive relationships should speak out, get counsel to prevent any of the party from being maimed or lose their life.
Find a good woman, find a good woman, find a good woman. Listen me. You never know what you have until you lose it. See it, you know what me a kiss up her cherry lips. We know the hurt up you feeling, no care what you dealing. Know what me a narp on the cruise ship. Have a good woman and I know what to do, and that's why me take her away from you. Me a the real man and she know that is true. I don't care if a boy want wrinkle and screw. You have a good woman and I know what to do, and that's why me take her away from you. Me a the real man and she know that is true. I don't care if a boy want wrinkle and screw, because she full of qualities, and that me like. So me give her the ring and call her my wife. With you, girl, I wanna spend the rest of my life.